Yunlin County is located in the southwest of Taiwan, at the south bank of the alluvial fan of Zhuoshui River. There are many channels and waterways all over the area, and agriculture is the major economic activity. Local residents mostly utilize the water from Zhuoshui River to irrigate the lands. However, the flow of the Zhuoshui River fluctuates greatly. During dry season, the farmers always pump groundwater to fill the gap. As for the water for domestic and industrial use, as well as the aquaculture water along the coastal areas, the groundwater also serves as the main resource. Due to the long-term groundwater overexploitation, the land in the coastal areas has continued to subside and turned Yunlin County to be the region plagued most by land subsidence. In order to prevent the land of Yunlin area from subsiding and to improve the quality of water for domestic use, the Water Resource Agency, MOEA, having been planning Hushan Reservoir at Dolio Hills for long, promote the project timely. Intending to utilize it once fully constructed together with Gigi Weir to supply the water for domestic and industrial use in Yunlin area, and replacing groundwater with surface water so as to solve the problem once and for all. The environmental impact assessment of this project was completed in 2000. The original name of Hushan Reservoir was Hushan Hunan Reservoir. The Water Resources Planning Institute, Water Resources Agency, MOEA, began to investigate and make plans for the reservoir in 1979. The site of the reservoir is in the number 71, 72, and 73 Forest Compartment of Forestry Bureau, and the total catchment area is only 6.58 square kilometers. The reservoir is a typical off-stream one. The main water source is mainly coming from Qingshui River, a branch of Zhuoshui River. The reservoir is located at Dolio Hills Valley, the upstream of Meilin Stream, which is a branch of Beigong River. It is mainly in the administrative district of Dolio City, partly in the Gukang Township. The Trans-Basin Diversion Waterway is in the Jushan Township, Nantou County. The Executive Yuan has approved the project in January 2001. The project was expected to be finished in 2008. However, due to the problems concerning the criteria of issuing relief fund for National Forest Compartment and the ecological conservation problems like ferry pit-up, the physical construction work has been seriously delayed. Therefore, in 2006, the Executive Yuan allowed for 6-year extension. The whole construction work was expected to finish at the end of 2014. Meanwhile, the total budget of 20.4 billion NT dollars was approved. The constructions of Hushan Reservoir project could be divided into two parts: reservoir construction and Trans-Basin Diversion Waterway construction. The site of reservoir construction is in the west of Dolio Hills, with the purpose of constructing dam, storing water, and supplying water. The Trans-Basin Diversion Waterway construction is located at Qingshui River Valley, the east of Dolio Hills, with the purpose of constructing weir and diversing water. The reservoir construction consists of diversion tunnel, dams, spillway, outlet works, and downstream delivery pipes. Diversion tunnel is the prior task of the projects. There are 3 earth-filled dams, respectively located on 3 streams. Unlike other reservoirs with only 1 diversion tunnel, there are 2 here. The cross-section of diversion tunnels is round, with a diameter of 4.1 meters. The length of the tunnels is 595 and 494 meters respectively. The construction was commenced since July 2006 and finished in April 2008. Because of the whole construction process being carried out strictly and the quality of the construction work being excellent, as well as the effort dedicated to ecological conservation, it received the honors of the 8th Public Works Gold Medal Award issued by the Public Construction Commission of the Executive Yuan in December 2007. The reservoir consists of 3 dams, which include the Hushan Major Dam on Tudigongkang Creek, Hushan Auxiliary Dam on Zhongkang Creek, and Hunan Dam on Nanshikeng Creek. The length of the dam crest is about 1,500 meters. The largest dam body is 75 meters high, and the general fill volume is about 13 million cubic meters. The total storage volume is about 53.47 million cubic meters. The general fill volume of the dams is the greatest among the reservoirs in Taiwan. In addition to the gigantic volume of the dams, Hushan Reservoir is the first in Taiwan to adopt plastic concrete to build cutoff wall for the foundation, differing from the commonly applied curtain grouting. The cutoff wall is 1 meter in width and 30 to 50 meters deep, constructed along the bottom of the dam core and the abutments. It is about 2,300 meters long. The dams of Hushan Reservoir are zoned earthfill ones. The imperious core is around the middle of the dam, which is the major structure for holding water. The downstream side of the cores and the surface of downstream foundation core zone are filter zones. Both sides of the core are flanked with shell zones, which are accounting for the largest part of the dams. A cofferdam should be built at first, which will become a part of the dam when the dam's completed. The materials needed for filling the dam are basically taken from the inundated area. The utilization of the materials at hand could not only save transportation cost, but also increase the reservoir storage. However, there are materials including riprap and special compaction materials of about 1.7 million cubic meters to be purchased from the market. In May 2007, the dam construction invited bids via the approach of heterogeneous lowest bids. The Continental Engineering Corporation and the Japanese Taisei Construction bid the contract with the price settled at 5.339 billion NT dollars, which was the largest single construction bid of the project. The construction duration was set at 7 years. In October 2007, the surface cleaning operation was commenced. In June 2008, the cutoff walls began construction. 4 months later, the construction of the cofferdam started. It is expected to complete by the end of contract term before September 2014. Because of the excellent quality of the construction work, as well as the effort dedicated to ecological conservation, it received the 12th Public Works Gold Medal Award issued by the Public Construction Commission of the Executive Yuan in December 2012. The spillway of Hushan Reservoir was established on the slope between the Hushan Auxiliary Dam and Hunan Dam. With the mountain terrain there, the crest would be flatted to build an overflow weir. Along the slope, there would be a water chute, at the end of which stilling basins would be set up. For the sake of safety of flood discharging, the spillway was designed with the probable maximum flood of 509 cubic meters per second. The length of the overflow weir crest is 98.5 meters. The length of the weir shape is semicircle. The gradient of the chute is 1 in 3.5, with the length of 222 meters. The stilling basin is 124 meters long, leading to Zhongkang Creek at the end. The outlet works is the main facility for water supply or emergent discharge, which includes an intake tower, intake pipe, and outlet gate control room. The intake tower is located on the slope between the Hushan Auxiliary Dam and Hunan Dam near the spillway. It is a traditional tilted intake tower for phased operation. There are 2 intake gates at the elevation of 165 and 180 meters respectively. The design discharge for water usage is 10 cubic meters per second. The water intake pipe is 540 meters long in total. The rear part of the steel pipes are installed at the posterior section of the Hunan Diversion Tunnel, regarded as a reuse of the Hunan Diversion Tunnel. Sustainable management of reservoirs and coping with redundancy, flooding, silting, water quality, and other functions activated. The original plan was blocked after completion of the Hushan Diversion Tunnel, converted into a second outlet works, will remove the hydraulic retention, set up the tower intake at the right bank of the dam into the hills, The elevation of the intake and Hunan outlet work staggered respectively 175 meters and 190 meters. Now according to regulations related work. The start point of the downstream water pipe is the gate control room of the outlet works, with a total length about 13 kilometers. The front section is buried under the new road built along the right bank of Maylin Stream. Then turn to right at the number 3 National Highway, installed along the maintenance road in the west of the highway. It diverges at the station 8.8 kilometers away and leads into the existing Linne water treatment plant and will be connected to the Linne water pretreatment plant equipment at the end. The diameter of downstream water pipe is 2.2 meters. The pipe made of high-performance ductile cast iron pipe. Construction for this pipe commenced in 2011. The Trans-Basin Diversion Waterway construction of Hushan Reservoir includes Tongto Weir and Diversion Waterway. The Tongto Weir is to be located at the midstream of Qingshui River, a branch of the Zhuoshui River, and is 100 meters downstream from Tongto Suspension Bridge. It is a free overflow weir with the crest length of 110 meters. The design flood amount adopts 200 flood frequency, 6,530 steers per second. It is 20 steers per second to design the fetching water amount. Set up water intake on the left bank. Make and connect the channel of 990 meters in length after sinking the grit chamber. Tunnel of 2.8 kilometers is entered the reservoir. The tunnel has a diameter of 4 meters in the shape of a hoof section. Because the weir body stretches over the Qingshui River, in order to prevent the weir body from influencing fish's migration, an expert on Japanese and domestic fish guides the design of the fishway. Set up half-cone septum-type fishway and vertical-type fishway on the main weir left bank. Set up the stream-type fishway on subsidiary weir. Construction works commenced in 2011 and are expected to finish at the end of 2014. Hushan Reservoir is the only reservoir currently under construction in Taiwan. Not only this project has engineering characteristic, but also it is different from the others in ecological and historical site conservation. In order to carry out the promised ecological conservation, in the reporting project amendment in 2006, a special fund of 200 million NT dollars was granted to the Ecological Conservation Plan. The ESRI Endemic Species Research Institute has also joined as one of the executive units, with the collaboration of Nantou County and Yunlin County government. Apart from the relevant investigation and experimental research conducted by ESRI, the ecological conservation work currently carried out on site includes 1. Habitat reconstruction. The reserved land of 20 hectares at the right side of Hushan Major Dam is planned for the use of natural ecological conservation and restoration. ESRI is now conducting some habitat-related research and pilot tests. In the future, the reserved land could become an exemplary area for popularizing. 2. Plant conservation. A plant conservation area is set near the exit of Hushan Diversion Tunnel, used as the temporary shelter for the rare plant to be transplanted at the construction site. Such as Begonia ravenii and Breedia hirsute bloom variety. The trees with landscape values planned to eradicate in the inundation area will be transplanted outside the reservoir. 3. Animal conservation. The solid achievements include setting up ecological fences, retrieving amphibians such as frogs, snakes, and turtles to set free in the wild, setting up biological nest boxes, and watch out for animal signs, etc. The above-mentioned conservation work will be regularly reported in the meeting of the Hushan Reservoir Ecological Protection Executing Committee and will be congregated by the Deputy Director of the Water Resource Agency. These tasks would be under the supervision and instruction of the committee. The number of the Ecological Protection Executing Committee members is 15 in total. There are government representatives, representatives of conservation groups, as well as experts and scholars, with 5 persons in each group. The committee members change biennially. The current committee is the second term. During the process of the Environmental Impact Report in early 2007, a seemingly historical site was found near the reserved land for a management center at the left abutment of Hunan Dam. The Yunnan County government was committed to launch an evaluation survey and decided that this is a cultural site of great archaeological values. In August 2008, the Historical Site Evaluation Committee of the county government has agreed to assign this spot as a historical site and proclaimed in September of the same year to name it Gukeng Daping Ding Historical Site. The previously planned replacement road of the left bank will run through the middle of the historical site. To avoid any damage, after evaluation, it was decided that the largest area of the historical site should be retained. Therefore, the road will go along the site instead, and the road slope protection work will be beneficial to site conservation. The Historical Site Evaluation Committee of Yunnan County Government has approved and supported this project in April 2009. Hushan Reservoir project was originally expected to complete in 2008. However, due to issues of land compensation and ecological conservation, the project duration has been extended for another 6 years. The project is progressing smoothly so far. While completed at the end of 2014, the reservoir will be managed by the Central Water Resource Office and be used together with GG Weir. By then, the water allocation team of Zhangyuntou areas currently in operation will arrange regular meetings and dispatch the maximum daily water supply of 694,000 tons. Although the construction of Hushan Reservoir was initially full of disputes and controversies, through our efforts of constant negotiation and coordination, the situation has been greatly improved. The whole construction is expected to complete in 2014. The current relevant work will be carried on towards the operation stage. We will also remain a good relationship with the locality for mutual cooperation. Upon completion, the reservoir will not only supply the water for domestic and industrial use, but also become a good neighbor for the locals. In the future, it will help create a more beautiful landscape of lakes and hills.